As long as it's goodbye, and knowing this is it, I have a little something to admit. It was nice fighting you, nice hating you, nice knowing I was aggravating you. Amazing but true, it was nice. We thought we would do a musical version of the movie Bedazzled with Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, and we could never, ever get the rights, even though Peter Stone was advocating for us, and Sondheim was really great. But
how'd you meet Sondheim to advocate for you?
Well, we were doing these presentations of the show.
I should tell my crazy Sondheim story.
I'm sure there are many. Go.
Anyhow, an actress that I knew in college, she had found his address in like a who's who of theater. They put his personal address, and she was playing the part of Petra the maid in the Faith Prince Little Night Music
vehicle.
Yes, and so she had written him saying, "I really enjoyed playing Petra the maid," and lo and behold, he wrote back. So I said, "Give me that address." So I wrote and I sent a couple little letters and said, I'm studying to be a composer. I want to. I want to do what you do. I really am excited about it. And then I said, I'm moving to New York, and I'm moving in September, and I'd like to meet you. And he wrote back and said, here's my number. Call me when you get to New York.
His cell phone?
Well, they didn't.
I know, just kidding.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Little comedy.
Right, exactly. And this is like back in the day when I would seldom put myself out in that way. But so I got a phone. I got it hooked up. I was living in Brooklyn. And I called him on the phone, left a message, And within the first call that I got on that telephone was Stephen Sondheim, and he called and he said, "Hi, Stephen. This is Stephen and Steve Sondheim here, and I'd like to, and that would be great if we could meet. What are you doing next Friday at 3?" And of course, I had this big, empty book that shows I have a bunch of. Appointments, and there's nothing in this empty book. And I'm like, so I actually remember I put the book and I'm flipping the sound of pages to make it look like, and this is Sondheim on the phone. And I said, yes, that's good for me. And so I met him, and he said, he couldn't listen to any music, but of course I did bring my cassette. That's what we had back in the day, and I did give it to him. And lo and behold, it was maybe 3 months later, he did write back. And this is all my music and lyrics. And the short of it is he loved the music, and he loved the musical counterpoint, and he hated the lyrics. And I had never collaborated. So I thought maybe it's a good idea if I collaborate. And not too long after that, a couple months later, Lynn and I were writing our first song.
So this all happened in the first year?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I don't think he remembers any of this, but that's not even the point. The point was that I think I wanted to be a composer so badly, and I wanted God to say, it's okay for you to do this.